What's up? My name is Gordy, man. I'm from Brownsville, man. And I felt like I gotta tell my story in a cinematic way. And I always loved the movie, so this is a little short about my life, and and our budget. So just bear with us, man. But it's gonna be a big motion picture. You better believe it, y'all.
Okay, so what happened when you came home from shopping and went to church?
So look, when I got home, so this is crazy, right? Because first of all, my release date from jail was March 8th, and that's my birthday. It was like March 8th, 1990, right? So I didn't, when I was getting out of jail, I wanted to be, I just wanted to change my life. I was thinking about my daughters, and I was like, fuck that. I don't know what made me remember this part so much about being upstate, didn't want my daughters to be in that circle and say like my father's in a camp or some shit. I don't know what made me do that because my dad had left when I was 5. I met him when I got out of a group home. But anyway, so I'm coming home from shock, and when I get my release date, this is a year before I get released. Mind you, all right, but that's another story. So it was a year before I got my release date. Like my release date was 3/8/1990. I was like, oh shit, tell my boys, yo, I go home on my birthday, but I happened to do this program and got out of and got because I did a program and the release date. If I made the program, you didn't automatically make the program. They picked you for the program. You had to have 3 less years. You had to have 3 years and less. I had a 1 and 3 at the time. So, matter of fact, I had a 2 to 4 at the time. And this judge, this DA named Sirocco, he recommended me get a 1 and 3 so I could get this. That's a whole nother story. That's what we want to talk about, but later on. So I get out of shock, right? And I could have been Muslim. I could have. They just had they just had way too many books to read. But I mean, any other religion. But I found out it was this one lady while I was hustling. That my baby mother's cousin used to go to this church, and she always used to. She ain't always invited me. She invited me one time, I think, out of 10 years probably. But anyway, Adrian Sally, right? She asked me to. I went to church with her just to, support her because I used to give her my Louis Vuitton wallets because I was a pickpocket. But anyway, so long story because that's gonna be in the movie. But so when I get out, anyway, I first thing I want to see Adrian. I want to go to church. Not that I want to go get saved. I was just going to church because you go to the mosque or whatever to the mosque, then you go around the way. Yo, I'm home. You got my little size. Want niggas to see me. My hair's looking good. I'm all fresh. So I go to this church with her. I just said I wanted to go to church because I wanted to change my life, get in my daughter's lives. When I came home, so I came home Friday, March 10th. I mean, I came home on Friday, March 8th. Bust this, y'all. This shit gets deep. So I came home March, I came home March 8th. Was in a halfway house on Third Avenue. The halfway, you still locked in, but you get to go out and find a job and try to, smooth you back into society. But I go to church on March 10th, that Sunday. I go to church and I'm not going, I'm just going because Adrian, I just wanted to do something good when I got out of jail because I knew I wasn't going back hustling or doing dope and coke.
Adrian, I can't hear. Sorry.
Yeah, so I knew that, right? And but anyway, I go to church. I sit through the service. I ain't hear nothing dude say. It's Pastor Bernard, not to call you dude, dog, but but I ain't hear nothing he said, right? But so he was in it. I just was happy. Yeah, I'm home. I'm ready to go to Brownsville because the church was on Linden Boulevard and Rockaway Avenue. I think we used to pick pockets in that. It was a supermarket where we used to pick pockets back in the days, or rocking them. But anyway, this story gets crazy. So um, so I go to the church. It's over. I'm ready to leave. It's Sharon. Is Adrian next to me. The freaking dude kept saying, "There's one more y'all out there that need to give your life to Christ." About 4 or 5 people was up there already. It was like 40 members probably at that church, CCC. But so he kept doing it in my mind. I don't know, man. When it's your time, it's your time. I guess death and life is the same thing. But anyway, it gets deep. But so he says it. So I said later, I don't know what made me get out that aisle I was in and go up to the front. But I went up to the front and looked him dead in his face. He said, "Today you became a man." Now, not that it was deep and it wasn't no spiritual thing came over me. I was like, word, I never even really heard that. Cool. I'm with, cause you do ASAP, you do a lot of programs up north, so you used to, you know, speeches and words and these little sayings that supposed to keep you straight. But anyway, I do that. I get saved. That was called getting saved. So Adrian them is excited. I don't even know when we get out to church. Adrian them, yeah, Gordy, you got saved because I just got out of jail, and they was like, yeah, you got saved. They was excited, crazy. So I was like, yo, relax. I didn't know what it meant. I'm ready to go get a Heineken, and I knew I wasn't doing drugs no more, but I just wanted a Heineken, you know. So I'm ready to go to now. Mind you, I just came home Friday. This Sunday. So as we walking from down Linda Boulevard, there's a gas station on the corner. We saw this big crowd, but it was a big crowd. There was a lot of people around. It was like making noise. We didn't know what the freak it was. So so we walking, we get ready to cross the street, and Mike Tyson and my man Uwe jump out the crowd, like, yo, what you doing? Yo, they was like, yo, what you doing? You all soft? What's going on, nigga? You running the church? Come on, son. And Mike literally said that shit don't work. Yo, he said that shit don't work. To this day, that shit worked. It's crazy. But the story, the movie, I'm telling you, if we produce and make this movie from the beginning to end, you're gonna see Jesus walk. Yo, you ain't even gotta, but I can't tell you that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to feel it for yourself. I can only tell you what happened to me. And this is the truth. I can tell the same story over and over and over and over again because it's all true. So I come out, Mike and them jump out, Adrian, I'm like, yo, they telling Mike Tyson and my man Uwe. Now Uwe's been Uwe's. But anyway, we could talk about him in the story too. It's my brother. And my brother Darren, word. My brother Darren, yeah, but anyway. So so my Darren was still upstate too, but we used to write each other. Anyway. So so Michael, that shit don't work. The crowd is bugging out. Adrian them is going crazy because they just got me saved. They don't know that. They think Adrian and Sharon is excited because it's Mike Tyson. They're excited because, like, you ever brought a dude from church. You have one of your friends or family member came home from jail. You brought him to church and he gets saved that day. But anyway, and I didn't. Ain't like I became an avid churchgoer after that. Nah, a lot of shit happened between. I think I backslid one time. I think I was still gambling. I was still in the streets. I was still shooting dice on the corners. But anyway, anyway, Mike. So we still at the church, and this is the scene at the church. Mike. So we coming out of the church, and we tried to recreate the way they called me over, and Mike and Mike, when Mike said that shit don't work, we ain't pay that mind. We ain't pay, me and my daughter ain't pay that no mind until 10 years later. So anyway, that's a whole. Anyway, so the scene is like, so I get out of church, me and Adrian, I'm telling him about I got saved. Anyway, Mike had a red Ferrari. He had a red Ferrari at this time. I don't know if anybody was there. I bet you somebody got this story in 1990, March 10th. Anyway, so Mike said, "Yo, man, get in, man, get in. Come on, man, let's get out of here." So me, Uwe, and Mike, it's in this Ferrari he had. It wasn't a real back seat. It was like a seat back there, but it wasn't room for your feet. So I had to. But you know, I ain't a big nigga, but I laid it in the back. And you talking about 1990. So and we spin off. Boom. Mike pull off Ferrari. The crowd behind us. You gotta. I'm telling you, this shit really happened. It was like 1,000 more out. Now I know why Jesus mad. Cause if you tell that story, they not gonna believe it. But anyway, so keep in mind, the nigga said. So we leave. That nigga take me. We go through Brownsville. I'm like king. I'm back. I'm back on top of the game. Just getting out of jail. Ain't miss a beat. So and I'm not remembering because this is normal for me. Because I did like 4 bids. You know, I did 8 months, 6 months. I've been to jail and come home before, but this day was my first state bid, and then this was so crazy because it didn't mean as much as I'm telling the story now. I mean, it didn't mean back then. It didn't mean like the way I'm excited about it now. It was just like I'm home, fuck it. I'm hanging out with Mike again. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know that's my man from back in the days, and Uwe is my brother, and you know what I'm saying. Darren was upstate, but anyway, we go through Brownsville. We go to Simons, and everybody know what Simons is. Yo, we buy out Simons. I mean, mad clothes. I'm just coming home. I ain't got shit neither. My girl had left me. The girl I was with had left me. But anyway, so I get back to the hap because we go to the 42nd Street, take pictures and everything. I wish I could find a picture, but take pictures. I'm dip, got all new shit, got mad new Adidas and shit. I got mad sweatsuits. I got all that shit. Go back in the halfway house with bags. Go back to my cell because they had cells. You sleep in a cell in the halfway house. It's a jail. You buzz in, you buzz out. But I'm laying there and I'm like looking at the pictures and shit. And I got hundred. It gave me a stack of money. I got money the first fucking week. Excuse me, the first weekend I came home. Yeah, man. That's that scene. If that's why I said, man, we did this short, hoping that, man, yo, what's cool? What's the dude who just made that movie? Coolidge, yo, Coolidge, my man. But that gangster motherfucker, man, yo, that dude is a mad inspiration for me right now in this film.
So you could just say, so that's what actually happened.
So my daughter just said I could. Just anyway, you can edit some of this. Yeah, all right. So
We're definitely editing.
ah, so Mia, what you just said?
So that's what really happened.
Oh, so yeah, yeah, man. So I'm telling you, man, the crazy thing about people watching you through life is that they have no idea. Like you'll tell somebody something and they won't. It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe the story, even for me, because all I did was drugs and hustle all my life. So that day, but that day, after that day, it ain't like in the past. That I remember him also saying, it's gonna take time. You ain't gonna you ain't gonna have wings today. You know what I'm saying? Like when I remember those. I didn't hear none of the service. I heard the part when he was talking to me, and he was talking to all of us. But ever since that day, he been talking to me. And I know, dude, and he'll tell you, and his service is about not him, it's God through God is speaking through him. So, and if you don't gotta believe it, you know what I'm saying? I'm not asking you to believe it. I'm just trying to tell you what happened to me, and how my life turned out. Now after that, so Michael, I had moved into Mike's crib. Me and Mike, Anyway, all the blessings in the world came. So, and not that day or not that year, but I had a chance to take out kids. I did all types of shit, crazy, man. Way better than her. Anyway, um, that's what the movie is about, man. I'm telling you, and it's a lot more. It gets deep and deep. If you could grasp a piece of what I'm trying to say, or what I'm gonna be saying in the film, if you could grasp a piece of that shit, man, you would learn about God's words, and you would learn about how one sentence could live through your life, or one interaction, or revelation knowledge where the rubber meets the road, stuff like that. Like you could pray, you could do all that, and then you could go murder a whole freaking village, or you could cheat on your wife, or whatever people think is sin. But I was caught. Jesus met me up in the jail. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I always heard some good shit talking, but I ain't never thought I could really act it out. And yeah, man, it's gonna get more because I hope you picked up all the little stuff I was saying, because a lot of times I could have went off on a deep end of any one of the stories, and that shock program had damn near everything to do with it because it made me love me. Shalamalaka. Yo, but anyway, man, my name is Gorgeous Gordy. I'm from Brownsville, Brooklyn. Never ran, never fucking will. Power from the projects, live, Brooklyn, New York, baby. Get your shirts now. We're gonna change the logo. It's gonna be anyway.